Hello everyone, Travis here with Bigfoot Diaries, your host, here to talk about my very first Sasquatch encounter. So it was back a couple years ago when I was in high school. Actually, more than that, it was like 10 years ago. Yikes! So I was in high school and I kind of wanted to go camping in Oklahoma with a couple friends. Something we kind of discussed and never came to fruition. Anyways, around that time is when I had heard or seen a documentary on TV called Bigfootville. Now, Bigfootville was a documentary that was based in Oklahoma, usually the southeastern Oklahoma area, and the sightings that had been taking place there. Now, Honobi was not specifically mentioned in the documentary, but it had piqued my interest and it was kind of sitting in the back of my head. So flash forward, me and my friend Corey had decided, hey, let's go on a camping trip together. And of course let's go Bigfoot hunting. So basically I had done some research and went online and searched southeastern Oklahoma, Bigfoot sightings in Oklahoma, and it's almost as if like a giant red flashing light went off. It was just everywhere. LaFleur County, Honobi. It was just everywhere. Stories, and one story to always look up is there's a video called The Siege at Honobi. It's about a family that just had Bigfoots all over their property. It was kind of actually being a nuisance to them. Very interesting story to check out for those interested. And anyways, so me and him decided to pack up our stuff and whoosh, we went on the trails of adventure. Got to Honobi. This was one of those things where I just kind of was like, yeah, you know, we'll go there, fiddle around, nothing will really happen. You know, it's like those TV shows. They kind of go screw around in the woods, nothing really ever happens, and boy, was I wrong. So me and him set up camp behind the Honobi Creek Cafe store, which, by the way, they serve really good food. Always stop by there if you're in the area. Anywho, so we kind of set up camp, and I really didn't realize how kind of far off the grid we are, because it is kind of far off the grid there. I asked the lady inside, I was like, you know, because I need gas, you know, it was like, how far is the closest gas station? And it was about 20 miles in either direction. I was like, yikes. So, pretty far. Anyways, I went, had to go over the mountain into Tallahena, get gas, come back, and I decided, all right, after we're set up camp, you know, let's climb a mountain. Let's just pick one. So, picked a mountain and decided to just hitchhike up the mountain. Poor idea, because there was a lot of thorns and brush, but, you know, got past all that. We kind of came up to a clearing, and there was actually like a trail that ran all the way up the ridge of the mountain, which was nice, you know, not having to be in the chaos anymore. So this was kind of getting a little past sunset. There was still some light in the sky. Of course, I was like, yeah, we'll be up here at night. I'll make some calls, you know, make some sounds like they do on TV, you know, fiddle around. It'll be cool, whatever. So anyways, got up there and I started, you know, whoop, whoop, you know, doing all that stuff and fiddling around. One thing I did notice, though, that was very interesting was it started to get very quiet. I mean, very quiet. It was just odd. And I didn't really think about it at the time, but, you know, I was just kind of goofing around. I didn't think anything was going to happen. So anyways, me and him are walking along, and I'll kind of act out kind of what happened. So me and Corey were walking along the path kind of like this, you know, walking around, and I was just like, all right, we're going to take a little pause break here to make a call. So I'm like, you know, woo! And then the second my voice stopped, the second, boom, something loud hit the ground. So I kind of looked at him like, what the heck was that? I don't know, bro. That was pretty loud. So we're like, yeah, let's kind of get out of here. So we about faced and started to walk when, yeah, that, so we proceeded to get the HE double hockey sticks out of there. Very loud sound, and it was just like, what in the blazes was that? So as a kind of like a little blooper story for this, as we were walking down the mountain, by this time it was about dark, so we cut back into the woods, bad idea, and ended up going down the raw side of the mountain and kept going and going and going until we finally found a road. Now, mind you, this was my first time here, so I have no idea where camp is. I'm just like, So we came to the road, and of course, now if I was there, I'd be like, yeah, I know where we're at, but came to the road, and, you know, to get back to camp, we're like, okay, we can go that direction, or we can go that direction. And of course, me being dumb, I was like, let's go that way. So we're walking, and oh my goodness, what felt like forever, we found nothing. It was just cold, dark, emptiness, and it was like, of course, you know, it's Honobi, Oklahoma, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night. You know, there was not a car to be seen. We saw like one car, like about 2 cars drove by, but because we had like kind of black clothes on to keep warm, like we probably looked like axe murderers. So we were just like, yeah, they didn't pick us up. Finally 2 cars drove by and they stopped, and we told them we were lost hikers, and I got in the car with the sweet old ladies, and my friend Corey got in with some like weird non-talkative guys. Anyways, so we got back to camp, and as inexperienced as we are with camping, we had a hard time setting a fire because the wood there is pine and sweet gum, and pine and sweet gum don't really burn that well, so we were kind of having a hard time. Anyways, there was another camper next to us who kind of came over to talk to us, and I want to say his name was Aaron, something like that. Anyways, he helped us light a fire, and we were telling him about what had just happened up on the mountain ridge, and he was like, dude, are you serious? We're like, oh yeah, totally. Like, we came here to Bigfoot hunt, and we're just screwing around, you know? Like, we didn't really think anything was going to happen. So he's like, no, dude, the other morning, literally the other morning, I woke up about 5 a.m. He's a geologist. I guess he surveys the area for rocks and whatever geologists do. And he was like, dude, I woke up at like 5 a.m. and I heard that ridge you're talking about. I heard a call, what people say sounds like Bigfoot, come right off that ridge. You were just on. Of course, me and him are like, what? Mind blown, totally mind blown. So yeah, there was something up there personally with how loud that sound was. Like, I can't, it sounded like maybe like a rock hitting the ground or like a stomp, but it was close. And of course, like I said, it was right after like the second my call stopped, it would just boom. It was like, oh Lord, like it just shook us up because we didn't think anything was up there. And you know, I hate when people say, oh, there's just people out there playing around. No, there's nobody out there, trust me. So there was something there, and it was something that was intentionally making a very loud sound to make us probably go away. So that was my very first Bigfoot encounter. Now, the next day, I was like, wherever we go, Corey, we're taking the car. I don't want to be without my car this time. And that is where I got my very first recording of a Bigfoot howl, which I will have the little card for the original video pop up here, and I'll also play it right now. I was up on a ridge and I was making some calls and finally got a response. In my opinion, humble opinion, I think it could be a Sasquatch. So you can determine for yourself, but the thing is there was a lot of coyotes that started yipping after that call, and you were really able to differentiate the sounds of the calls. So it was, you know, it really, to me, in my personal opinion, did not sound like a coyote or something else. So I think it was a Bigfoot. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was people way out there heard it and started screwing around, but it doesn't sound like that whatsoever. So, like I said, I'll let y'all listen to it, or you listen to it, and you can kind of give your opinion.
Dude.
Dude, that is...
Oh, shh.
So that was really exciting. Now the problem is with the clip you have to turn the volume up because my friend Corey, unfortunately, I had like a crappy video camera, but my friend Corey, of course, you know, the second he heard it, he was, dude, it's like, bro, we're trying to listen to this on camera and you're over here like, like, come on, like. But anyways, of course, I've gotten other Bigfoot calls since then. So anyways, that's my very first Bigfoot encounter story in Honobi. Tell me what you think. If you think it was a Bigfoot, let me know in the comment section below. If you don't think it was a Bigfoot, well, get out of here, because this is what this channel is about. So anyways, that was another entry on Bigfoot Diaries. Please subscribe and add your chapter
to the diary.